Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Ridge, and the purpose of today's video is the direct result of some questions that I've been asked. I've got a rifle, I'm learning how to shoot it. Should I learn iron sights or optics first? And because so many people wanted to know about it, I'm going to give you my thoughts. My advice to you is that you learn how to shoot iron sights first, and there's a threefold reason why. The first is value, the second is cost, and the third is practicality. Let's get started with the value. Some people will make the argument that an optic is easier to learn how to shoot with. Well, this kind of defeats itself for a couple of reasons. Number one, they'll make that claim that it's easier to shoot a rifle with an optic only and then you can learn irons later. Well, here's the deal. Nobody teaches that in pistol class. Nobody says you've got to learn how to shoot a red dot on a pistol before you learn how to use your traditional sights. The amount of time it takes to learn iron sights on a pistol is the same amount of time that it takes to learn it on a rifle. And in fact, I would argue that it's easier to shoot iron sights on a rifle than it is a pistol for a lot of reasons. Number one, rifles are more accurate because you have a much larger sight radius. Secondly, you've got 4 points of contact: your front hand, your rear hand, your cheek, and your shoulder. You got 4 points of contact versus 2 or 1 with that pistol. So it actually takes faster. It takes a lot less time to learn how to do those iron sights on a rifle than a pistol. In fact, in our rifle class, our students are shooting pistols anyway, especially with transitions, and then we do a demonstration between pistols versus rifles. So we're going to learn how to shoot those anyway. We may as well take time to learn the iron sights on there if that's all you have. Secondly, folks, those iron sights are absolutely reliable. It provides you a redundant secondary sight system that you can use. The value here is that you've got an emergency parachute in case your main one fails. If you're going to have the iron sights on your rifle anyway, you better learn how to use them. And of course, that reliability factor of having that secondary backup iron sighting system. The second factor is that of cost. When people first learn how to shoot rifles, money's tight for a lot of us. We can't go out and buy a $400, $500, $600 optic and then learn on that. Iron sights are not nearly as expensive as optics are. If you're talking about an aim point or Trijicon, you're talking anywhere between $400 to anywhere up to $1,000 or more dollars to get an optic. If you've got those iron sights on there, it's a much cheaper option for you. I would also add this: if you've got an AK, those iron sights are already built into the rifle. There's no added cost there. Some ARs even come with iron sights with the rifle. A lot of them don't these days, but a lot of them do. And even if you do have to buy those iron sights for that AR-15, they're not going to be anywhere near the price point of a good optic. I would much rather have people out there get an iron sighted rifle, get good magazines, good ammunition, work the fundamentals, take a class with it, and learn how to shoot that rifle with iron sights only, than not be able to come and get trained on it and then have to, go and just shoot the optic on their own. This isn't an attempt to sell class. I don't have any more spots to sell in 2016. I'm not trying to sell you on these things. I'm trying to help you make a good decision on this. Alright, but what I'm trying to explain to y'all is that, an optic learning, you don't need to learn on an optic first. Iron sights are more than adequate. And in fact, we have had a lot of students in our first year come to class with iron sights only, with AKs, VZ58s, ARs. They've all come with iron sights and have no problems shooting at hundreds of yards, making first round hits. And in fact, they're making first round hits at 200 yards within the first hour of class with iron sights. The third point to this is that of practicality. Practical, suited for actual use. So if you're going to have those iron sights on that rifle, it's good if you have your rifle, okay? But let's face it, folks, there may come a time when you don't have your exact rifle. Not every rifle on earth is configured the way you set your rifle up. In fact, some rifles only have iron sights on them. You need to be able to use those. And let's be real here, folks. Most rifle defense situations are at pistol distances. That means 25 yards and in. At no way, shape, or form are you in a disadvantage in those pistol range engagements when you're using your rifle with iron sights. You're going to be just fine. And in fact, there's many police officers across the country that make entry into buildings using iron sights only, and they more than get the job done. It does not take a great amount of effort or time to be effective with iron sights, to learn how to be effective with that. And as I've already said, we have students come to class where within the first hour of the class, they're making hits at 200 yards with iron sights, many of whom have never even fired their rifle before. Gear does not fix flaws in your fundamentals. Gear does not impart skill or proper fundamentals when you're shooting. These do not make you shoot with better fundamentals. You got to learn how to do them with both. And at this point, you're looking at this rifle and you're saying, but Reid, you have an optic on your rifle. That's true. I know there's an optic on this rifle. That said, for the first 12 years of when I've been shooting rifles, I used nothing but iron sights. The reason I can shoot this optic the way that I do is because I learned on iron sights and got the fundamentals ironed out. The greatest shooters that I know, guys that are world-class riflemen, all learned iron sights first. If you like what's on here, I got links in the description box below, but I will seriously urge you to get iron sights on your rifle and learn iron sights first. On a totally unrelated note, thanks for an amazing inaugural year here at Valley Ridge. Our students, the response we've had has been so overwhelming. We've had people from one end of the country to the other come and get in. If you weren't able to get in 2016, we are going to tell you this right now, that our 2017 schedule is up. We recommend you getting in there as soon as you can because our classes fill up far in advance. We sold out for 2016 by April of this year already, and we want you guys to get trained. We hate turning people away, absolutely hate it. I hate having to respond to people and say I don't have room in the classes. But that said, we're quality versus quantity outfit, and we want you to get trained, and you deserve the individual attention that you're going to get here. If you found the information in the video helpful, subscribe to the channel, like me on Facebook. Link is down below. And if you want to get some training on your pistol or your rifle, come on out to Valley Ridge and we'll teach you how to do just that. This is Reid Henrichs with Valley Ridge reminding you the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.